Hi guys, SavvyMoneyShow here with me, host Sean, with some new buys. I apologise for the wind and the background noise. I'm on my allotment. I want to alert you to some new buys. Merck, it's a low. The only time it was low was COVID, before it announced a V-shot. Now, the reason for that is the Keytruda cliffhanger, the patent cliffhanger, and one of its other drugs didn't do as well. But it's giving a 4% dividend, and it's a PE ratio of, it says 12, but it's actually 10. I believe it's spent over 32 billion in acquisitions, which will shore up its patent pipeline. The Keytruda patent expires in 2028, so it gives it, which accounts for a majority of its earnings. Now, so that gives it another 3 years of earnings. And when these patents expire, it doesn't mean all of a sudden it stops selling it. It means one of a few things: either it commands cheaper price tag. It's made its money back on it anyway, and it also means that others have to make a knockoff one, and I know they've made a knockoff one, but it just means that others can operate in the same market. Now, for those who know, my portfolio is heavily into tech and growth. I do have dividend ratio of 8% in my portfolio. I wanted to put a few more fairly safe stocks. The payout ratio is 40%. The other one is United Health. Now, I bought this when it first crashed and then sold it in the 300 mark. It's come back down again because of performance, but it seems the accounting issues have gone away, and again I just think that you're getting company P of 10 and 3.67 dividend yield. I think it's worth picking up at this price, because if you're going to hold long term, dividend's going to grow and it's going to come back. So with United Health, as you know, I took a position in 243. If you want to know why it's gone up and then down again, apparently the accounting issues are no longer an issue, but apparently two senators are probing United Health over alleged nursing home incentives. Now, we don't know if anything's going to come of this, but I do think this is a nothing burger. I don't think the drop warrants this. I do think it's just short sellers dropping rumours and pushing it down, and just when it's coming back again they drop in another rumour. But I'd like your opinion on this. At the end of the day, I think you're getting a quality business at a discounted rate. Now, another one, Novo Nordisk. I spoke about this in my Discord, and I've spoke about this in previous videos. Now, it's come up a bit, 11% since I spoke about it last. Novo Nordisk is at historic lows. The thing about it is you have company that was the first with the GLP-1. They made a massive amount of money. The only reason the likes of Hims were allowed to enter the market was because the likes of Novo and Eli Lilly couldn't keep up with the demand. Now they've made it illegal for the likes of Hims and the other compounders to carry on. Now I reckon they'll do a Microsoft and keep pushing it until that's enforced. However, their guidance is acting as if nothing's changed. But with litigation, I believe things will change. And what people are not realising is both Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are two of the biggest insulin producers. So if you're someone who has diabetes, then you're either buying a GLP-1 drug or insulin off of one of these two companies. Getting this, I picked it up at a PE of 10, and it was a forward dividend of 4, but I believe it should be a fair value of 100 at least. Now they're saying that the guidance will give growth of high single digits instead of double digits, but as I said, I believe they're being cautious. I reckon there will be a 15% growth average over the next 15 years. Now, last time I spoke about a stock like this, if you remember, was Applied Materials. And we can see how well that's done. Yeah, we can see how that skyrocketed, and now that's becoming like a value stock. Its agreement with Apple and Texas is going to make it keep going. But one hypergrowth stock that I spoke about that people are not taking notice of in the aerospace, EPAM. And you may wonder why it's going up. It's earnings. Now, I say that this is one that rises higher than most AI stocks. And it's raised its 2025 guidance. Its revenue has beat on expectations, and it just keeps giving good news. It's a revenue growth rate of 13 to 15%. Now, I believe it's a good company to own. I think some people may have missed it. I don't know if it's because of the cost of the share or because it's not focused on videos so much. Maybe it's in that niche part where it's kind of PE of 21 and it's got very good growth, but It's not one of these name stocks on all that all these video channels are talking about. I think it's one that you should have on your watch list, and one that I'm keeping in my portfolio. I think the more it grows, I apologise about background noise, we are outside. The more it grows, the more value we get as shareholders. Until one day Wall Street takes it'll just take off. We saw that with AppLovin, and we saw that with all the other ones I called out, IONQ, and I've just lost count by now. You know, Airtel Africa and Neo, when we bought it at $2 a share, it really is surprising. And I was clearing out some of my subscriber list the other day, funnily enough, and I was speaking to my son who's thinking of setting up a YouTube channel, and I said, look at these people here. I said, some of these were getting 17,000 views a video, and they've given up like 1, 2, 4 years ago. You've got to ask yourself why. If you want to start a YouTube video, then do. All you need is a phone. Now, don't forget to hit the like button, comment box below and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the links down below where you can pick up a free share. There's lots of other freebies as well. But I'm an amateur, I don't get paid for it. What I do is, if you donate through Buy Me a Coffee, is I use the funds to buy more equipment, and anything left over I use to put towards my mission of feeding the homeless. I go out once a month and feed homeless veterans. So if you have something to say, it can be anything, and feel free to do the same. But make sure you look after your mental health first.